Hello guys. I will start really soon. Okay, tell me guys, how is the sound? If everything is cool. As for me, I'm really happy to see you all. And yeah, I got a new camera and now I can do this. That's cool. Yeah, tell me, how is everything? All right. Let me start. I hope that everything is good on your side. So this is the final scene that I got. Some light setups here, and today I wanted to explain you, because you guys were interested in that, how I made this project. I also wanted to start with the idea, where it came from, why I decided to take this, why I was inspired, and all that things. And in the end I will show you some lighting tricks. Yeah, and I have saved a lot of files here, the resources, I mean the files, the blend files, every time I was saving, and it will be easy for me now to show you like steps, to show you the steps, how the project was growing and how I came to the final stage. Okay, the sound is good. Thank you for the feedback. Amazing. So yeah, let me start. So I started as always with yeah, okay, it will be more logical to start, I think, with the references. Yeah, okay, we'll create a new scene here. Okay, it started like this, from the empty canvas, nothing. I didn't use any pre-made things, so started basically with the sphere. But before that, I was inspired by very cool artwork. I will show it to you, of course, right now. You probably have seen it already if you are in my Discord channel. By the way, I was there, I was sharing my every step, how I was doing it, and it was very fun to share it. So this is the pure ref file that I was using for the course. I gathered all these references for the inspiration and for reference. So the main concept art was this one. It was made by, this concept art was made by amazing artist Snor. The link on his artworks is in the description. I mean, if you like his style, you can definitely check it out and appreciate it. And I tried to find different poses. I mean, not different references of the same pose. I also found a couple of female pose references. but she's naked and I won't be showing it to you because YouTube can restrict it. Yeah, and I want to get the feeling of the atmosphere, what is happening there. I was watching this scene again and again on YouTube. Like, there are a lot of scenes where the Jabba is interacting with the Leia. Yeah, and it's amazing. I think I was really inspired by this artwork because she's stylized. This style I like very much. She's beautiful, and we have a contrast, and I really like the artworks when there are the beauty and the beast on the other part, and to get some you can see her beauty more when in the back there is this kind of monster, you know. Yeah, so I saw it about half a year ago, and I wanted to make it as a personal project, and then I even decided to make it as a course and to record every single step of how I do it. And I also collected a couple of references of Jabba, not much, but I think it was enough to make him. Also the head scans here. These references are mainly the basic references for most of my projects, but I try to always add something new to the references when I'm making a new project. And guys, yeah, if you have any questions, just feel free to ask. I will be happy to answer regarding this project. So I have started with this simple sphere, and I was saving gradually, just not to lose somehow the project file, just to be on the safe side. So this was one of the first. This was not one. This was the first saved file that I did. I already sculpted the head. It isn't that good. I was struggling a lot with these cheeks and to get that cute look. So I did basically what I always do in my live streams for this part. And then I have added some basic hairs to her head. Nothing that much special to comment on. Here I have already added some shoulders and hands, and already feet I got here, and even the fingers. I didn't use the pre-made ones that I normally use in the streams. I did everything, and of course we're breaking up the anatomy. Then I have added her hands. This is the block out. I blocked out from the simple cubes first. And you can see that the head is still not finished here, and she doesn't have any breasts, but the body is like almost 90% is done already. Next I have joined all the parts of the hands and added some more details to the hands. And now it's almost finished. And I also, I think, added here the lashes, if I'm not mistaken, at this stage. And here I decided finally add the breasts, and it was really hard. It wasn't easy to make them. And I used for this these references, which are kinda resembles this one, but it's even bigger. I think this character, she has even bigger. Yeah, but I won't be showing it to you too much because of YouTube restrictions. Yeah. So in the next stage, I started adding her. Yeah, I polished her head, and you can see the difference already. It's very much between the previous one and this one. And I have added also the eyebrows. And she's almost ready, and I think the hairs are hidden. Yeah, the head is a little bit displaced during the iterations. Yeah, the next project, nothing much changed here. So I will open the next one. I don't know why I even saved it. Yeah, in this one I have added the nails. To her hands, but not to her toes. And I started making her hairs, and yeah, and I have added the toes in the next one. And yeah, the hairs. This one is number 12. So next. Yeah, and finally I started adding some close elements, which is not that much in this project.
That's my cue.
And by the way, if you have noticed, I have added some more eyelashes here. Now it's 2 rows of the eyelashes on top. And here I got a mistake. I think this eyeball is displaced a little bit. I was fixing it later. Nothing much changed here. I just added this plate on her belly and also this part on her wrist. At this point I started joining the shoulders with the arms here. Some parts of the bodies I was joining, and also I think the knees with the calves. And here I started posing her using my way of doing it. I always do it using the parenting, and I think she's parented right now here. So yeah, I can still move her hands. It's like simplified rigging. No, this one is already, yeah. Broken. And the head. So yeah, now she's posed. Almost. It's not finished yet. Oops, the next one is she's again in the standing pose. I don't know why. Let's check the next one. Yeah, not much things changed. 18, so next will be 19. File number 19. Yeah, I was working some more on the pose. I think I worked a little bit on the fingers here and decided to save. And here I started joining the body parts. Yeah, there are a lot of files I was saving without changing things. Okay, let's go further. Yeah, here I started joining the parts. You can see I have joined everything almost here. And now it's not separate parts of the body. Next file will be number 25. I think I polished a little bit more here. I really like this curve. Yeah, and I started adding some close elements here. There's not much. I didn't understand what is this thing, to be honest. I already added here some rings, and I even tried to make the feeling like it's welded, like this ring welded to the main part. And I was also decimating the parts that I have done. I decimated them in order to have the scene light and keep going, you know?
Watch this girl.
Yeah, so the next will be scene number 27. So she's almost done. I think I will start making the clothes here. Oh yeah, I did the earrings here. I simply modeled them, I think, like this way. It was very easy. Like a sphere, M at center, and I was just extruding and making this. I think so. I'm not sure even. I forgot. But yeah, this is one of the ways you can see, and then we can just select everything and Shift D and S, scale it down, and then Shift D. Now in the object mode we can convert it to curve and just go here geometry and depths. We can even subdivide it. Yeah, like this. Of course, I was fixing and polishing some parts. Okay, let's move on to the file number 28. Yeah, and I have added finally the piece of clothes here, which is not much, but still comes in. And yeah, I have simply sculpted it from the plane. I think I just created the plane here, rotated it like so, Rx 90 degrees. And subdivided it a couple of times and just started sculpting, and then have added thickness to it with the solidify modifier. So next, file number 29. And I have added the chain using array modifier and curve modifier. I used it already in my streams too, for some characters, and I also did the back part of her clothes here. And she's almost done, you know, so let's move on and see the next file. Yeah, here nothing much changed. I think I was polishing some stuff. maybe working a little bit more on this fabric on the back part, which won't be visible that much though, but still. Yeah, and now I started adding the hair strands. For that I used the curves, and I really like using those who are watching my channel. Often they see that I use the bevel curve tools modifier, not modifier, add-on, and yeah, you just can do this. I will show you how it works right now. So you just hit new bevel curve and you get this thing. And what you can do with this, you can go and with these two selected in the edit mode, you can subdivide it and Alt S and scale this part down here, and you get a hair strand. You can also change its profile by edit bevel here. You can select these two and subdivide, for example, and move it in. Subdivide it again. And I think what you need to do here you need to subdivide the curve, Control 2, to get some more details. And if we'll subdivide, add one more here, we can make, so we can make any profile we want. So yeah, using this way, I have added separate strands to her hairs, like these ones. Let me add the music here. Okay, let's keep moving. Yeah, and I finally started making the second character, the monster. So it started from this simple blockout. Again, I started him from the sphere, the tail from the separate sphere, the hands, and again the arms and hands and tail. You can see that everything is split to several parts. Like always, I like to work this way. So next file will be, yeah, so the most of the time I spent on the girl, of course, because she is the main character and she really needed a lot of attention. How I can make pose. So the next phase I started adding some details. You can see that I have added the eyes and nose. The pose, yeah, I was showing in the previous stage. I was using parenting, and I do that in my every live stream, almost every live stream. If you just check one of the streams where I do post character, you can see how I do it exactly. Easier to see than I will be talking right now again. So yeah, the next level of details of Java here. The next file number 34. I decided to paint his eyes a little bit, made a bit deeper lines here, the wrinkles. And also these things. I have found out that he got some details here on his tail, like these ones. I decided to make them too. Yeah, and here I started adding the details using pre-made alphas. The alphas were made not by me, the skin textures. I bought them long time ago. And I used them here. A lot of layers. And simply in the scoop mode, use the draw brush. I think I need to change here. Stroke method anchor. I think I need to let me pick the textures here. Skin textures. Yeah, like holes like this. You see? We can up the strengths here. And if I will click Control, it will be inverted alphas. And I use several different textures here. To get that details. And at this stage I think I was decimating everything, making the character lighter over. So now we can see the wireframe. She's really not that heavy. So if I will select everything, she's only 3 million faces. That's not much for this character, this detailed character. Yeah, next I decided to make some platform. Although I didn't have here the platform in the reference, I decided to make it myself. And I was inspired, not inspired, I was using just these references here. In my case, I did these ones bigger. And yeah, I just sculpted one head here. I already applied modifiers, but I was using the array modifier for this one. So let's say just generate array, the factor. I was placing them accordingly, and I think I used the mirror modifier too. Mirror modifier, and then I probably applied all the modifiers and added the mirror modifier again, but now in the y-axis. I got this row here, and in the x-axis probably, or maybe no, I have applied the modifiers, duplicated R, Z, 90 degrees, and I got this. So very simple. And this one was made from a simple cube, and the lines I did using the draw sharp brush, but the stroke method I changed to line, and I did this. But right now I cannot show it because it's low poly. I already decimated it because the scene was getting heavy and Blender cannot handle too much polygons like ZBrush, so I had to adjust. So next I decided to make this interesting creature. His name in the movie was Salacious Crumb. Love your work, keep it up. Thank you so much. My lesson just ended. I have just arrived. Cool, welcome. Yeah. So yeah, I decided also to add the Salacious Crumb because I really liked this character in the movie. He was laughing like crazy, and I have added a couple of references here and simply blocked out from the sphere. Really nice concepts here and references. And I decided to make something like this pose too for this character. And by the way, I watched the video today, the short, like how the name was created for this character, why Salacious, because they were the guys making this movie. One day were sitting in lunch and drank a little bit of alcohol, and one of them just bent it down and decided to fix his shoelaces, and he couldn't say shoelaces, he said Salacious, and they decided, and one of them thought that he is proposing the name for this character, and they decided to call him Salacious. That's very fun. So Salacious Crumb is appearing. So initially I wasn't planning even to add any environment elements, but yeah, I was keep going and going. I was trying to add something else, some additional stuff. So yeah, here I already posed him, and placed him on the platform. I can see everything is on place already, the nails, and I have already joined some parts, not all the parts, and also blocked out these hairs, which are very rough for now. One of my favorites, by the way. Although not the main character. File number 40. I think here I added some more hair strands to her head. I was jumping between the characters here and there. I have also joined everything here, you can see, and no, I wasn't doing her hairs here, I just added his, I just made more detailed hairs for this one, and joined all the parts. Scene number 41. I decided to start adding some environment pieces here, like two blankets, or what is that? I don't know. I also just sculpted them starting from the simple plane, just like so. Nothing is pre-made, everything was done by hand, and I think I just subdivided it a couple of times. And then just started sculpting like so. But first, I think I moved here. Something like this. Yeah, this is a very simplified way. I'm showing you how I did it, but I think you got the idea. And then, of course, I added some solidify modifier and the sequence and subdivided it more, and already you see like something is happening here. In this scoop mode you can use strokes. And I sculpted these pillows from the simple cube, just subdivided it and sculpted and painted already with the vertex painting. Music is very loud. Oh, okay. Sorry for that. Nobody told me about that. Okay, hope it's better right now. Okay, Shizu, hey, hello. Sharky, hi. The music is loud. Okay, that's bad, to be honest. I'm sorry for that. because it's already the middle of the stream and only now someone told me, but yeah, okay. Better late than. So yeah, here started adding the chain on her hand. And the Jabba holding the chain. The chain was made simply using array modifier and the curve modifier and subdivision surface modifier. Next up, I started painting some parts. I personally see that I painted only chain. I don't even know why I saved the new file here. So let's go. Nothing much changed. I think here I have added some more hair strands to her head. Yeah, you can see. And some more hair strands. And honestly, I don't know what have changed here, so I need to keep going for the new file. File number 48, and we are almost close to rendering, but first I started painting the characters. I added some colors, of course. Yeah, I painted her first. Your voice could a bit louder now. Let me check my voice quickly. Okay. Yeah, what about now? Is it better? Hopefully yes, but I'm not sure. Okay. Yeah, I think now it's louder, finally. Yeah. Sorry for that. And I repainted her eyes here at this point. Added some more details and variation of colors. A bit more painting. And I picked a dark color for her skin because when her skin will be interacting with the light, it will be looking lighter. And we can always, of course, change a little bit the colors, skin color during the rendering and shading. So I decided to start with something darker. And the Jabba was painted also by hand. And in the next one, I have painted Salacious, our cool guy, my favorite. How much hour you render time for one render? I will show you later. But I think it was for one shot with cycles, it took around 2 or 3 minutes. But with the, how was it? The Eevee was much quicker, about 5-7 seconds maybe. Yeah. But for the still images, I prefer cycles, of course, because the shadows are going deeper and everything looks much better. So we're coming to the final. Finally, I decided to add some details to the platform and also paint it a little bit. And it started to look much better. I also applied the textures, the concrete textures. I found them on the free website, which is called the I think Texture Heaven or something like that. If you'll just type free textures, I'm sure you will find it. So applied a couple of different concrete textures to this platform. And also decided to recreate some colors of moisture and dirt. Like here, you can see. And finally we will switch to the lighting stage because everything is done with the modeling and sculpting and painting. So yeah, this lighting setup is one of my favorite, and I got it from Flip Normals, one of the tutorials that I took a long time ago, and I find it really cool because here you can set up all the lights and stuff. Here you will get your renders. I will show you what's happening here. Here we have no textures, only the lights. And if I will render it here, you will get the render here. And I like this slots option here. because we can change the slot here. Let's stop the render, and we have this, and let's say I rotated the camera a little bit and want to take another shot like this and change to slot 2, F12, and I get it here. And then if I want to compare, I can switch between slots, which is really cool. You can also make it for the lighting. Let's say I want to switch off the key light and see how the rim light is working, and to test it out here, F12. Yeah, you know why it didn't work? Because I didn't switch off the render, I didn't disable the light in the render here. So F12, now it worked. Now we can see how the rim light is working. Yeah. This is very handy. And this tab is for shading. I will show you. Let me open the next project. 54. Sasha Morat, thank you for being inspiration. Keep it up. Thank you, Sasha, so much. Yeah, I see a lot of your comments. Thank you for your support. Really appreciate it. So now I have already shaded everything, I think, here. So let's check the rendered view. Yeah, and we have everything shaded already. And for the most of the textures, I used the Blender Kit add-on. Let me switch it on. So we get it here. So how to use it? It's just simple. After you install, you just click on this Materials tab, and for example, you can pick the skin, and you have a lot of variation for the skin. And I use this one, I think, for her. It's called Procedural Skin, and this is Human Skin. Yeah, this one, Procedural Skin. So you just take it and apply it where you want to. I won't be doing that because I already applied. And here you can play with the colors of her skin. I think I need to change the render to Eevee, so it will be, everything will be quicker. I think you cannot change it here because I have applied my own color to the skin, my vertex color, but you can change it, I think, here. Yeah, you can make something like avatar skin or Hulk. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, but I added my own color here. And what is nice here, this skin is even having some skin pores details, and you can make them bigger or smaller, just like with this slider. It's amazing, you don't have to do. And I don't like to shape myself to make all these materials. I'm not good at that. So I'm normally using this because I didn't learn to make the materials myself in Blender, but I learned the classic workflow Like when you sculpt something, then retopologize, then do UV mapping, and then go to Substance Painter, and then texture there for the games or for the films. Yeah. And this workflow is for texturing the sculptures, avoiding that technical parts like UV mapping, retopology, baking. So this way is quicker and not for games or films. Yeah, and if we will pick anything, we can see different materials. This is the iron metal. If we just look for iron metal, we get a couple of things here. I think I used this one maybe for the chain. Yeah. And for this one, I created myself very simple material. I have added the roughness variation to his skin. You can see the roughness variation here, and we can change the contrast. And those light areas means that those parts will be shiny and the dark areas will be rough. And here the scale, we can change it. Everything can be changed. And the distortion. If I will hook it back to the roughness here, you can also see the difference if I will be changing here the scale of the roughness. So you see without roughness how it looks and with the roughness. And if I will just remove this setup and we'll just move this roughness, we will have the roughness but without that variation. And this roughness makes him look wet. If her head different, like if her green body have different body like Ashok. So yeah, everything is done here, and I wanted to show you a couple of tricks like I promised for lighting, maybe also the lighting setup here. How I normally like lighting characters. So let me then remove everything here, all the lights here. And the scene is completely dark. Cursor to world origin. And Shift A, and I like to start with the area light and bring it up, and now it's very small for the scene. And we can multiply it by 2 and make it 20 watts. I can switch to the top view here, move it somewhere here. From the front view, move it a little bit up. And I want to multiply it by 2 once again. Maybe even more. 80, maybe even more. 160, maybe even more, yeah, like so. It 360 because it's pretty in the distant place. By the way, for these heads I used the bronze material, oxidized bronze. And I think they are looking cool. So this one light already is shaping out the scene, but we need to direct it on the characters, and I really much like the option in Blender to direct the light where you want to. You just need to hover over, let's say, her head. I want to direct the light right on her head, so I hover over here and Shift T, and it's very handy. If I want to switch, Shift T and move it here, Shift T. I also wanted the light to be reflected in her eyes, which makes her eyes more life, which adds to her eyes more life. Yeah. And also one more thing that I like to do is the adding constraints to the lights sometimes, or constraints to the camera can also be added, but I will show you. So you select the light here, go to the constraints, add object constraint and track 2, and here let's say I want to constrain it to her let's say to her head. Yeah. So I will select the light again, take the eyedropper and constrain it, and it's not, now it's pointing right in the origin point of her head, you see, of her head here. And if I will Control Alt X and origin to mask, it's now pointing right in the center of her head. And now if I will take the light and start moving it around, it will be always pointing on her head, which is pretty nice. Yeah. The same we can do with the camera, of course. Add constraint, track 2. And we can track it to the head too if we want to. And now if we will be moving the camera, it will be always tracking her head. This is very handy for different animations. I did some animations for the promo. By the way, the animations I did with the Eevee, because with the cycles it takes a bit too long. And also we can of course move. Oh, what? Okay, I need to remove this constraint in order to move camera here properly. Also here in Blender there is another trick, lock camera to view. It is basically here, this check. So you can check or uncheck it, and what it does, I have added it to my quick favorites. Yeah, so now when I press Q, and I can unlock camera to view, and now if I will be moving it, the camera angle will not be moving, and I will not be losing the camera position. And again, if I will check it on, like here, I can move the camera and its position. So that's how the camera is moved in Blender. Yeah, so one light, and yeah, we can You can add some more if you want to. Like, I like to add sometimes here the rim light, Shift A, and the spot. Oh, where's the spotlight? Again, Shift T. And if we want to see what it's doing, we can, by the way, rename it. Let's say it will be a key light. This will be a rim light. And it's doing not much. Probably the power of the light is too low, so we can check. So I'm trying to paint the silhouette of the character here by using the light. We can also change it to the point light here if we want to, and bring it here by hand. Now if we'll switch it on, we can see what the light is doing. Yeah, and I also like to add sometimes the fill light here, so I can just duplicate it here and light up her belly, maybe like here. But it should be very not very strong light source. If I will disable this too, I can see what it's doing here. Maybe even 10 watts will be enough. So yeah, and the scene is almost ready for the final render. And I like more the cycles because you can see the difference in the shadows here. Wait a second. But like I said, it takes more time. You see that it makes the shadows softer, but not with this one. I think it's this something in the back. Maybe this light is making these hard shadows. I don't like it. So yeah, it's a rim light. So how to make it smoother? How to smooth the shadows? We just need to increase the radius, I think. Yeah. To 10. I think I need to bring it back behind her. Yeah, maybe it's the radius is too big, probably. Did you texture this in Substance Painter or is it all? Yeah, it's all vertex painting and shading in Blender using pre-made materials from Blender kit mainly. Some things I shaded myself, but there is no retopology, no UVs, no proper textures. Like I showed it before. Yeah, you can see. Some shading setups here. Yeah. Yeah guys, so this is it, mainly the full project. I explained to you how I made it. If you have some more questions, feel free to ask. Right now it's available on my ArtStation store here. Crazy work. Thank you so much, Shizu, for your support. Yeah, I will quickly show you the ArtStation, where you can get it if you want to. Yeah, so you can find it here in my store. This is the latest course, Beauty and the Beast. Here is full information about the course. It's also available with the bundle with 30% discount for the 4 courses in one. And yeah, 4 hours, 64 real-time lessons. I forgot myself. Yeah, I really made this course for more than 1 month. That's why it came out pretty long. I didn't want to make all the environments and everything. First I wanted just to make the Beauty and the Beast, and then I decided to make Saul. I decided to make the platform, all these pillows and everything. Environment props. Yeah, reference analysis in the beginning. Female anatomy. Always, as always, I will be simplifying, showing how everything is simplified. Sculpt female body. You have seen this one today, and I have showed you. Then we'll be posing, like I said, and painting it. And the Jabba too. Here is just the process, how he was created step by step. And the Salacious, his name is Salacious, which is very funny. And then I lighted the scene, and then I shaded it. Yeah. And yeah, I was really happy when I finished this course. I don't know why I'm having this face here, but it's from the tutorial, you know, screenshot. I was happy. Still thinking, then Yeah, how to easy set up your Blender. Yeah, this is, by the way, the first, there will be instructional video how to set up your Blender for sculpting for easy work is included. I see it now. I joined the stream late, so I didn't notice. By the way, I use UQPaint add-on and replace Substance Painter. Wow, amazing. Yeah, maybe I will use it too for my future works, but I didn't use it yet. I just went with the brute force for this one. But the textures were not that hard, so maybe next time. I heard a lot of positive reviews of UQPaint from the users, but I didn't use it myself yet, but I'm planning. Okay guys, I think I'm done for today. If you have no questions, no more questions, then I will stop. And I will see you next time. Next time I think I will be sculpting someone again, some character. Don't forget about my Discord and Telegram channels, where I do a lot of updates, and you guys can also share your works there. Ask any questions, help, anything. I'll try to help. Or someone else from the community. Already more than 200 people is there, by the way. And also Patreon, if you want to support and get some access to exclusive materials, go there. Yeah. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching, and I hope this video was at least a little bit helpful to understand the workflow. Because I know for the beginners mainly, I also struggled myself to understand the workflow, how he's doing that. Okay, I know how to sculpt, I know how to even vertex paint, but I don't see the workflow, like what comes after what, and that's one of the main issues was for me. And I struggled a lot, but for this one I developed my own workflow, starting from the sphere and completing with this kind of beautiful render. So I hope that was useful, because I showed you every single file that I was saving during creating this work. Yeah, and if you missed the stream, you can watch it from the beginning. The record will be available. Yeah, thank you for your support, and I will see you next time. Hopefully in a couple of days, maybe even tomorrow, I don't know, we'll make the sculpting stream. We'll see, okay? So, bye everyone, see you.